Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I make scrapbooking process videos and also do live scrap and chats every month. I hope you enjoy my little corner of the big crafty world, and if you'd like to watch more, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to always know when I have a new video. If you could also give me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Alright everyone, let's start scrapping! Hey everyone, I am here today doing the My Little Scrapbook Store October Challenge, which is a sketch challenge. This was created by T, one of the designers for My Little Scrapbook Store. Now I'm using a mix of a whole bunch of Pink Fresh Studio stuff, different lines, different collections, just kind of a mishmash. But what I will do is I will link anything Pink Fresh Studio available in the store. And I will also link the Facebook group where you too can do this October challenge. It must be done by November 5th. To be entered into a November 5th, 2021. Sorry, I want to make sure of the year in case someone's watching this really far after. And you can be entered to win a $10 gift certificate to My Little Scrapbook Store. So this particular layout is one on the more serious side. This is right before I was diagnosed with metastatic cancer. It's a word I can barely say. Basically, it's cancer that I originally had back in 2010 that we found came back. And it's basically, I will live with this for the rest of my life. Luckily, I've been responding really well to the immunotherapy drugs, and it seems to be staying at a very low level in my body. But this was right before I was diagnosed when I thought I had COVID. In fact, no. So normally I don't tend to do super serious layouts. I tend to keep it more light and happy and stuff like that. And that's a preference. You can, if you want to scrapbook the hard stuff in your life, that's totally fine. For some people, it's completely cathartic. It's just not something I necessarily want to do, but this was kind of an important one, so I wanted to get this down. There's going to be a couple of these in relating to the illness I went through the past year. I still have the illness, but there isn't any active treatment going on currently. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, put you guys on fast forward. Before I do, if I could just ask for you guys to flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. All right, everybody, let's get going. All right, so I'm pulling out my papers. All of the papers are from the Everyday Musings line, and I really love this little diamond paper. It has the open diamond shapes, and then some of them are filled in with colors. And then I also really like this floral with the kind of slate blue background color. So I'm just basically looking for what will work with what the pieces are in the sketch. So I know I need a chunk of paper over on the left. I need a chunk of paper over on the right. I need a smaller chunk of paper to go down the pattern paper on the left-hand side. And then I know each of the photos are matted. Now, obviously, you can choose any part of that sketch to use. You can make it a one photo layout. You can add a photo if you have another 3x4 photo, or if you have a 4x6 photo, it would work as well. If you don't have a pattern paper, you could do it with cardstock, different cardstocks. It's just a matter of what works for you in the sketch. If the giant pieces of pattern paper don't work, maybe you create your own with mixed media. That's just a choice you make while using the sketch. Now, I went ahead and got this pink piece of cardstock. I believe this is from Close to My Heart. That's where I buy a lot of my colored cardstock. Not that I have a lot of colored cardstock. You'll see here, I was trying to measure. And the reason I hardly ever measure is because I'm really bad at it. So I managed not to
cut that diamond paper wide enough. So I'm trying to figure out, do I mind the gap? I actually don't mind the gap when I pulled both of the papers over to the right, but I hated the gap with the inch in between. I don't have enough of the diamond paper to make that the larger chunk like it is in the sketch. But I do have enough of the floral paper to cut another piece and have them be equal rather than have one bigger than the other. But the floral piece doesn't go to waste, because what I actually did was I matted both of my photos on that wavy pink line that is on the B side of that floral paper. So I was actually quite proud of myself that I used that paper rather than wasting it. Sorry, I have an alarm going off. So I'm going to go ahead and get these down. And I don't know why I'm trying to do this like this. It's not going to work. I pull out my T-square ruler, and if there's one thing I'm worse at than measuring, that is trying to line things up. It takes me a while. So I finally go to get it, and I realize I forgot to trim off the 1/2 inch. I trimmed off the other piece and then the little 1 inch strip I have going on as well. So I finally have it to the length it is and the width it is supposed to be. And so now I can finally glue this down. And I'm trying to get it, I want kind of an equidistant border around the outside of my papers. So that's what I'm attempting. And it actually works out, and I really like this layout in the end. And then here's that strip of the spattered piece of paper that I chose for my little 1 inch strip. I liked it because it brought the white from the diamond paper over into the left-hand side with the more slate blue. So I'm just showing you what the sketch looks like and what my base with my photos and paper looks like before I start embellishing. I kept pretty close to this one, actually very, very close. The only thing is I didn't use stars as my my embellishment shape. And you absolutely don't have to use that. That is just an idea of where to put embellishments. You absolutely don't have to use stars. So I pulled out this alpha, and I've been trying to use this alpha. I have that one large E, and I don't know why I didn't look at I usually look at the E's before I even start, because that's usually included. But I just have the one E, and the first word I'm trying to do is before, which has 2 E's. So I'm trying to see if I can turn a C into an E, because it's a plasticky, puffy one, but it's not going to work. So instead I go and get these Hip Kit ones, one in a gray and one in this slate blue color. It just happens to be the same slate blue that the background of this paper is in. Now I bought this in a grab bag. For all I know, this alpha was made to go with a kit that had this Pink Fresh Studio line in it. I have no idea. I got it in a grab bag. So my title is Before I Knew. And so the reason for that is I was taking these photos sitting in the hospital, and I had gone in because I'd been having trouble breathing. And so I just assumed I had COVID. I didn't feel that bad. I was a little tired. I was having a little trouble breathing. So it wasn't that bad. So I was thinking, well, okay, I guess I'm just going to get like a mild case. So, I'm sitting there, I'm taking photos, because obviously I'm thinking, oh, well, if I have COVID, I'm going to scrapbook it. I took a photo of myself in the mask, and I have this obsession with the stupid slipper socks they give you at the hospital. And so I was super excited that they gave me bright yellow, because sometimes you get like beige and that's just boring. But I was really excited with my bright yellow slipper socks. And so I'm sitting there, and then they're like, yeah, so you're negative for COVID, but we think it's lung cancer. Now, it was not actual lung cancer. As I said, it was a return of the cancer I had from back in 2010, which is uterine cancer that has spread to my lungs, which sounds horrible, but it's way better than actually getting lung cancer. So I grew up in a household where both my grandmother and my mother smoked inside. So for years, I was exposed to secondhand smoke. So that's why lung cancer was a strong possibility. But point in fact, uterine cancer, one of the causes is secondhand smoke. Just in case you needed to know that. So, all right, now that I've talked about that, so here I am taking these pictures, and I don't know that I, in fact, have cancer again. And in fact, have had it probably for a while because it was pretty advanced. Luckily, I responded well to the chemo. Long story long, there is another part to this, which some of you who have watched my videos for a while know. I will be doing a layout about that as well. I have photos of the surprise brain tumor that turned out was growing as well. So, but at this point, nobody knew about that. So all we knew about was the lungs. So the thing with Pink Fresh Studio is I find their chipboard pieces to be too thick. So quite often I will just tear off about half of it. And that's what I did with that frame that I'm using in place of the big star that was on the sketch. I'm going to layer that over with this real life sticker, not sticker, die cut. And then I partially did it with a pop dot. So because of that frame, it has some thickness to it. I then add that floral die cut. And I'm looking at the puffy stickers, seeing if any of those will work, but they really won't. I also added the Be You Bravely chipboard piece, as well as the This Is My Story puffy sticker. So now I'm looking for journaling sticker, which I just placed down. I'm not going to do the journaling on camera. It's going to be personal, and B, I don't know exactly what I want to say yet. So I would have taken too much time. I actually haven't even written it yet. It's one of those things where I really want to think about what I want to say before I actually say it. So that's all I'm going to say on the matter. So I have this other floral die cut, and I decide to layer that under the real life die cut and then over the frame. And I'm selectively adding pop dots to compensate for the frame's thickness. I managed to grab just the top part of the pop dot, the part that covers it up, and leave the rest of the pop dot on the sheet. So then I was very confused for a second. All right, I'm adding another die cut, but this one I decided I wanted to pop up on pop dots just to give a little dimension in that upper right hand cluster. And that one says today was tough, which is absolutely true. And now I am adding what am I adding? I thought I was going to add some mist. Am I doing something else? Oh no, I'm adding mist. Okay, losing it. All right, so I go ahead and add some Shimmers Jenny B Blue, which is an aqua-ish color. And the final thing I'm going to do is add these little tiny enamel dots. I think they're called glossies. Yes, they're called glossies, and they're by a company called Pure and Simple. And these are from my little scrapbook store as well. And so that is going to complete my layout. I'm showing you the original sketch one more time. Don't forget, if you would like to enter the contest, I'll put the link in the description box below. And you have until November 5th, 2021. My dogs are being annoying, so sorry. 2021 to enter if you would like to win a $10 gift card to my little scrapbook store. Thank you everyone for joining me today. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Bye everyone.